The ruling on images, making images, that images are haram, and it's a major sin. The Prophet ﷺ said that the image makers on the Day of Judgment will have the severest punishment. So now the discussion came about, digital pictures on a phone, does it fall under the pictures, the images the Prophet ﷺ was talking about? Like the sculptures, the statues that people make, the paintings they make. The digital picture on the phone, is that the same as that, or is it in its own category? So some of the scholars, they said, the pictures, there's nothing wrong with them, digital pictures. There's nothing wrong with them. Other scholars said, no, if you do it, you fall under the people who the Prophet ﷺ said will have the severest punishment on the Day of Judgment. So now you have these two views from the scholars. What should your position be? Let's go to the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ and let's see what he advised us. He said, إِنَّ الْحَلَالَ بَيِّن. He said, verily the halal is clear. وَإِنَّ الْحَرَامَ بَيِّن. And verily the haram is clear. So whatever the ruling with regards to it is clear. It might not be clear to you, but it is clear. There is clarity about it. Then the Prophet ﷺ said, وَبَيْنَهُمَا مُشْتَبِهَاتٍ لَا يَعْلَمُهُنَّ كَثِيرٌ مِنَ النَّاسِ. But then there are a group of people who they look at something and they might not be able to work out if it's clear or not. For them it's unclear. It is clear. The answer is clear, but you looking at it might say, you know what, this particular thing, I don't really understand. Does it fall under the haram or does it fall under the halal? And to show you, it's not that it's always unclear, because the Prophet ﷺ said, لا يعلمهن كثير من الناس. That a lot of people, they don't know what the ruling is. That means that there are some people who do know. These are the scholars. These are the scholars. For the scholars, it's clear. They have the ruling with them. The ones who say it is haram, it's clear for them because they have evidences that they can stand before Allah on the Day of Judgment and say, Allah, look at the evidences that I came with, and here's why I believe it's permissible, or that it's haram. And even the ones who said it is clear, the ones who said it is permissible, it's clear for them too. Because they also have their evidences. And Allah, when He brings them on the Day of Judgment, they can say, Allah, these are my evidences that I used. But you and I are not in that situation. We don't have the evidences yet. They've reached level of ijtihad. Remember the Prophet ﷺ said that the scholar of the highest level, the mujtahid, if he makes a mistake, he gets one reward. If he gets it right, he gets two, right? So they reach this high level. So the ones who said it's halal, if they happen to be wrong, they were still doing it based on evidences. And they could only do that because they reached this high level of knowledge, right? So on the Day of Judgment, they will be held accountable for their mistake because they did it in the right way. Like, you know, in school, when you get a maths examination, and they tell you, show your working out. Show the way you worked it out. Because even if you get the answer wrong, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? But if your method of working out was right, you still get some points, right? It's like that. How did they have this method? Because they studied the Arabic language, they studied the science of hadith, they studied the science of usul fiqh, they studied qawaid al-fiqhiyah. All the tools that you need in order to understand these textual evidences, they studied it. So when they came, they tried to understand it, and if they got it wrong, they can show they're working out. This is how we did it, right? So for them, they're safe on the Day of Judgment. Allah said, كَثِيرٌ مِنَ النَّاسِ don't know. A lot of people don't know, some know. Who are the some? The scholars. For them, it's clear. So you can take a position of conviction when you reach some level of knowledge. But right now, because me and you, we don't have that kind of knowledge, we're like, this is a bit confusing for us. This scholar says it's permissible and he brings his evidence. This scholar says haram and he brings his evidence. I don't know which one's strong right now. So what should you do? Because you're in the middle, the Prophet ﷺ gave you an advice. He said, فَمَنِ اتَّقَى الشُّبُهَاتِ اسْتَبْرَأَ لِدِينِهِ وَعِرْضِهِ وَمَنْ وَقَعَ فِي الشُّبُهَاتِ وَقَعَ فِي الْحَرَامِ. The Prophet ﷺ said, anyone who stays away from that which is unclear, that which is doubtful, that which is unclear, that which is ambiguous, whoever stays away from that, what has he done? What has she done? By staying away from that which was doubtful, she's automatically stayed away from the haram. Right? Because it's either halal or haram, it's one of the two, right? By you saying I'm going to do it, it's 50-50 either halal or haram. Why are you going to risk it? Why are you going to risk it? Because the ones who can get away with it on the Day of Judgment are the scholars who are mujtahideen. When the Prophet said, if they get it right, there's two rewards. If they get it wrong, there's one reward. That was for the scholars, not you and me. That's not for me and you. Because the hadith said, they do ijtihad. We can't do ijtihad. Ijtihad means the highest level of knowledge they have. We don't have that. So a lot of people say, oh, I can take pictures, and if I get it wrong, I'm going to be from those who are between one reward and two rewards. No, we're ignorant. We're not scholars. That's for the scholars. As for us, as for me and you, we have to take the safe path. We have to take the safe path. Does that make sense? So my advice to each and every single one of you would be to not take pictures. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. Hey guys, I really hope that you benefited from that video. Before you go, I want to ask you a really important question. Have you guys ever thought about studying Islam and seeking knowledge? If not, then I want you to reflect upon this hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet said that seeking knowledge is obligatory upon every single Muslim. Of course, that doesn't mean you have to be a scholar, but you have to know the basics in order for you to be the best possible slave and worshipper of Allah that you can possibly be. So we decided to provide a solution for this. You see, many people want to study, but they don't have the means or the resources to do so. So we set up an online institute called the Knowledge College, where you can study Islam from the comfort of your own home. So if you want more information on the Knowledge College and you'd like to sign up, go to the link below, check out the website, and hopefully we'll see you on the other side. Assalamu alaikum.